the 82nd chapter, Perek Pei Bet. We continue. Mizmor le'asaf, once again, a psalm of the Asaf, the guild, the sweet singers from the tribe of Levi, from the time of David through time of Chizkiyahu, much of the first temple period, perhaps even the entire. Elohim nitzav ba'adatel bekerev Elohim yishpot. God stands in the divine assembly. Among the divine beings, he pronounces judgment. So just a figure, we don't really believe in the idea of multiple gods, with our God as the highest of the gods, whether this means some sort of angels, which you could say are sort of divine beings, and that they don't have a physical state, is one way of understanding it. Or you could say that the Elohim at the end of this verse is referring to regular judges, regular people, and God ultimately stands amongst the regular judges to pronounce justice, in the sense that they should be following God's rules. But let's see what we see. Now we're going to turn from that presumably divine area, the divine court of justice, to what we have going on in the earth. How long will you judge perversely, showing favor to the wicked? Shiftu dal v'yatom ani v'rash hatzdiku. Judge the wretched and the orphan, vindicate the lowly and the poor. Paltu dal v'avyon miyad rishaim hatzilu. Rescue the wretched and the needy, save them from the wicked. Lo yadu v'lo yavinu b'chashecha yitalachu. Yimotu kolmos de aretz. Somebody's doing something loud in the background. I don't know if you hear it. They neither know nor understand. They go about in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are shaking back and forth. Are they going to remain alive? Right? Is that what's going to happen? That the judges, right? How can the foundations of earth remain alive if the judges pervert justice, and if the things are not being judged in a proper way? Ani amarti Elohim atem, uvnei elyon kulchem. I have taken you for divine beings, right? That you are like the Son of the Most High, right? So this is, in a sense, God is saying to the judges, as it were, I gave you the Torah, and I expected you to act in a proper way. I expected you to act in sort of an angelic way, making the right decisions. However, in verse 7, but you die as men do, you fall like any prince, right? You don't act that way. You're not keeping society correct. Kuma Elohim shaftaharet, ki ata tinchal b'kol hagoyim. Rise, O God. What is it, David? I don't know, David. David, just let me finish my class. It'll be one more minute. We'll have to make a new recording. That's okay. So, God, rise up and judge the earth, for all the nations are your possession. Right? The issue here, I tried to hide in my basement. God, we're saying basically what this chapter is it's a chapter saying that there's an expectation of what justice is, what justice demands, what justice should be, the way judges should act. There's a sense in this chapter of a sort of a morality that goes beyond just judgment of the poor and the needy, etc., etc. But which is against, right? The Torah says that both the poor and the rich should be judged properly. It doesn't matter if you're poor, if the merit of your case is with the merit of the case is with the rich, then the court has to find with the rich. But there's an idea here saying that, right? That's not, I don't think, what that chapter is saying. This chapter is saying that the judges are perverting justice for the wealthy. Society is biased in some way towards the wealthy, that they are the ones that they're, whether it's outright bribery, whether it's just the way that society works, that, the popular people get what they want and the not popular or the wealthy people get advantages, whatever it might be, that there's something wrong with the way that the world is running, whether we want to in this chapter specifically talking about judges and judgment. And that's not the way. God is sort of saying in this chapter, according to the author, I set up the world. I gave you the Torah, Jews. I told you that this is the way the world is supposed to work. And I would expect you to take your earth and make it into a heaven in the way that it's run and that it should be properly run. but that's not what's happened. And therefore, the Mishorer, the author, says, Kuma Elohim Shaftaretz. God, we need you to judge the world. All the nations are your possession. You know the truth, and you know the way that the world is supposed to work. And unfortunately, the way that the judges have been doing things is not the proper way of running the world and running our societies.